It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
And how old are you, Anna?
22.
Where do you live these days?
For the views.
And were you here in town in 2016?
I understand if you could just speak just a little bit louder.
And that's, may I approach you on?
You may, yeah, you want to move the microphone. Thank you, Mr.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back at the confessional, and yes, we stay in lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Woods, because he keeps it lit. Make sure y'all check out the links below in the description, man. Let's get into this reaction, man. We finna get into Law and Crime, gruesome details about a double homicide.
Cover him.
How do you know Chikori?
It's good.
And were you all very close? And did you all grow up together? Did you know him for a long time?
Just
So how old were you in 2016?
15
How did you meet Larry?
at school.
And did you meet Maurice at school as well?
Yes.
And did you become...
Larry and Maurice are victims. They are 14-year-old Larry and 16-year-old Maurice.
What was your relationship with them?
We're the same as Corey. We used to go link up with different females. We used to hang out.
Do you recognize Mr. Rhodes in the courtroom?
Yes.
And what did he go by as far as you know?
Rambo,
And how did you meet Rambo?
Morris, and Larry.
How many times had you met him before the night of the first shooting?
I don't know. A couple.
How did the idea of a shooting happen?
He said that somebody got some money in their head and we just need a gun.
That's what Brice said.
We need a gun.
At this time, do you know approximately how old Rambo was? Was he older than you guys?
He's well than us.
So when he first proposes this idea to you all, do you think he was serious? When did you...
So if they was 15, this happened in 2016? Yo, this nigga gotta be like 21 now. Golly. Wait, 2016. Nah, that's 7 years. He gotta be like 22 now. Yo, that's crazy. Dude been waiting trial for a long time.
How did you first get in touch with the group that day?
We had, see, like me and Corey, he had went over his grandmother's house. While my Maurice and Larry, they was at home. So then when we was gonna get dropped back off of Maurice and Larry's house, they was already gone. Yeah, I had stole a truck.
And that was that in order to carry this out, or you were just driving a stolen truck?
I just had a stolen truck.
Okay. So
Oh, this nigga been
what was the plan for that night?
At night, we was supposed to, like, we was in the backyard again. You feel me? We all linked up. You feel me? We went from the south to the west. You feel me?
How did you all know where to go?
I was just following behind.
So how long did you all drive around?
30, 45 minutes.
Does the car in front of you stop?
Yeah, stop at the end of the block.
And what happens?
I heard somebody say, "You got the street, bitch."
And I'm sorry, but we got to have you enunciate clearly so everybody can hear. What was it that happened?
And I heard somebody say, "You got the street, bitch," and the shot went off.
Who was the somebody that said that?
Brice.
Could you see Brice at that time?
I ain't seen about the police position.
Sorry, please repeat.
I didn't see him, but I know where he was positioned at.
Who was he shooting at?
Somebody in the street.
Had you ever seen that person before?
No,
Did you know anything about that person?
no.
Did that person talk or engage anybody?
That I know of.
Was he facing the car
Bro.
or facing away from the car?
Facing the car.
This nigga shot a random person. This dude. He said, "Hey, we got a hit. Let's get this money." Then y'all drive around for 45 minutes just for him to shoot a random person. Bro, y'all got hoodwinked.
And after the gunshot, what happened?
Shit, we peeled off. And,
Do people talk about the shooting?
no,
Why not?
that ain't how I talk. That ain't how I get my problems out.
Did you expect to get something as a result of participating in this?
Yeah, I wanted some money.
And how was that supposed to happen?
So you're supposed to break us off.
And who was supposed to break it off?
Right?
How was that going to happen?
We didn't get that far. I just knew he was supposed to break us off. He was supposed to get the gun. He's supposed to break us off. Shit, I didn't care.
You didn't care that you didn't get paid?
So I didn't think he got paid. So.
Were other people upset about not getting paid?
Brice had these fools on dummy missions.
Were you ever around? There was a phone call that you overheard between the boy's mom and the defendant, right? Do you remember that? Who was talking on the phone?
Shit, it was Larry and Maurice's mama and Brice.
It was who and Brice?
Larry and Maurice's mama.
Larry and Maurice's mother? Okay, thank you.
And what was the tone of the conversation?
It was about the shooting.
And when did this conversation happen?
Yeah. Whenever Maurice had told her about it.
Was she angry?
Objection.
Look at this fool. You gone.
And where does Q drop you off?
Drops off over his house.
At Brice Rhodes' house. Had you been anywhere together before his house?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to?
First when the Maurice and Larry's house, they was already gone.
How did you know they were gone?
We walked in the house.
And they
They was already gone.
weren't there.
So we called them.
Okay. So where'd you guys get dropped off at?
Over his house.
Over at his house? Had you been to his house before?
Yeah.
Who's at the house?
It's what? Larry, Maurice, me, Corey, him, and like 3 other people. Larry and Maurice got into an argument. Not Larry and Maurice, but Larry and Corey got into an argument.
Was it common for people to get into arguments when you all were hanging out?
Yeah.
And what happened with this argument?
So Maurice grabbed a knife.
Okay. So Maurice picked up a knife. Did he wave it at Corey?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say he waved at him. He picked it up in an aggressive manner.
And what happened next?
So we take it from him and we smacked him.
You say he, do you mean Brice Rhodes?
I took it from him and we smacked him.
How did he take a knife from him?
He been looking up with the knife anyways.
What did Brice do after he took the knife?
He's like he gonna violate him.
People in the house separate from Maurice.
Yeah. They put both of them in the bathroom. We took a vote.
Both who?
Larry and Maurice.
They're in the bathroom. What happens in the living room?
Took a vote.
What's this vote on?
They should die or not.
If they should die or not? Who's calling the vote?
Brice.
What was your vote?
I'm the one that said no. They said yeah.
And did your vote win?
Hmm?
Did your vote win? What happens to Maurice?
He put a sock in his mouth, tied his hands behind his back, and put a hat over his head.
And where did he do this?
In the living room.
And what happened after that?
He started hitting him in his chest at first.
With an item, with his fist? How was he hitting him?
He was hitting him in the chest with a fist first, then like 3-4 times. And then Tyron passed him the knife. He started stabbing him.
Damn.
Tyrion handed him the knife. Was he making a noise?
He couldn't. He had the sock in his mouth.
Was he trying to make noise?
Yeah, on there.
This nigga Brice violated kids, yo. These dudes was 14, 15 years old. Come on, man.
Mentioned earlier.
How long did this go on for?
Until he stopped breathing. Yeah.
Shit, bro was young too. He checked out.
Where was the blood going?
In the carpet. Shit, like we had dragged Maurice by the door. And then you feel me? Bring Larry out. So I gotta make sure I get out. Try to save somebody else. Make sure I'm safe.
God
What
damn.
would have stopped you from getting out?
Probably if I ain't go along with it,
What would have happened?
probably been with him. Probably same situation. Same fate. His hands was already tied behind his back. He had a hat over his eyes, so he couldn't see.
And he had a sock in his mouth.
She got the sock when it was his turn.
Was he making noises?
That's it. He started making noises when he started getting stabbed.
Was he on his knees?
Yeah.
Did he know what had happened to his brother?
No.
Was there blood in the spot that he was at? Did he respond to that?
Yeah, he started like trying to kick everything off, get his hands intact, get his hands free and stuff.
Was his brother making any noise at that point?
Well, I already did.
So how many times did he get stabbed?
I don't know. A lot.
He was stabbing him.
He stabbed him until he was dead.
Brice did.
Yeah. And he passed the knife around.
Who did he pass the knife to?
She passed it to me.
Why'd he pass you the knife? They're both dead, right?
Both dead, but he said, so we all gonna be in it. It's on all of us now.
So you would participate?
Yeah.
So what did you have to do with the knife?
Stab him.
Who'd you stab?
Larry.
How many times did you stab Larry?
Like 3.
What'd you do with the knife?
She passed it back to him.
What'd he do with the knife?
She passed it to somebody else.
Who was the next person up?
I don't remember.
Shit, he checked out by then, man. Y'all, mentally, you just killed my friends. It's a done deal.
And did you end up with any items that belonged to either Maurice or Larry at the end of that night?
Yeah, I had some shoes and I had the phone.
Okay. Whose phone did you have?
I had Maurice's.
And why'd you have Maurice's phone?
So I picked it up
Where'd you pick the phone up?
at the house.
And were you able to use that phone?
Yeah.
Was there anyone related to Maurice or Larry that called you on that number?
Yeah, his mama called.
And who did she want?
She was asking where they was at.
What'd you tell her?
It was in the stove.
And what'd she say to that?
She said, I'm calling.
Were you worried about what she was going to think at that point? So what'd you do with the phone?
She kept using it.
And then later on that day, did you get a visit from somebody?
Yeah, the U.S. Marshals.
And what happened?
She got booked. They took me in for questioning.
What were you thinking when that happened?
Just panicking.
Had you not thought about the phone might be traceable?
It's fighting, but they can do it.
You didn't know it. Because how old were you then?
15.
Golly.
So that night, do you talk to police?
Yeah.
And do you end up telling them what you've told the jury?
Yeah.
Bro was 15, dog, with his homies. That's crazy. This is 2015, 2016, man. This is a long time coming. I ain't gonna lie, this was cruel. Man, everyday people, man, I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. This fool, Brice. If I could just look over right there just for a second, man. This dude, hey, the trial, I guess, is going on. It's probably concluded by this point because this video came out a few weeks ago, but I heard gruesome details about this and I was just like, oh, that sounds interesting. Then it popped up on my YouTube feed and I was like, I gotta react to it. I mean, I bring out the messy stuff, might as well bring out the real stuff. Now listen, man, I don't know if y'all ever done crime before, but after you do a crime, your heart beating for the next 6 weeks. I mean, you thinking about stuff that you never thought about before. You know what I'm saying? Like, after you do something, I can't tell y'all no stories, but what I'm gonna just tell you is, after stuff go down, you just in a panic. And when you're around your homies, you like, yeah, I'm cool. But when you go home and you lay in your bed and you close your eyes, all that shit change. You don't think the same. You don't breathe the same. Somebody come knocking at your door, you like, oh, do they know? And everybody, when people be like, are you okay? You thinking that like, man, I wonder if they know this. You know, so you just thinking like that. And and you just did some wild stuff. Everybody in your family, they look at you, oh, what's his name? I don't even remember the dude's name. Oh, Anwan. Oh, Anwan, that's my precious baby. He'll never hurt nobody. Whole time, Anwan in here suffering because he went with Brice and they killed a random digger on the street. Then, Larry and Maurice, they so shocked. They brothers, they sitting there contemplating. They probably talk about it. And then the mama bust in, who y'all talking about? And then they see, she like, y'all gotta tell me what y'all done got y'allself into. Y'all over here sweating, and y'all over da. Then, Mom, okay, listen, this is what happened. Then what she do? Call her, you didn't have my kids over this. So they already like, Brice is like, oh yeah, we gotta get these two out of here. Brice invite them over. Hey, do. It just so happened Maurice wanted to fight dude and pulled the knife on him. So Brice like, oh yeah, he gotta go. He got murder on his mind. Let's get him out of here. So they take him to the bathroom. They hem him up like we're gonna violate y'all. Y'all gotta take y'all's licks. But they thinking it's just gonna be maybe a fight or something. These fools kill him because they done already told their mama, and that's what the mama went to the police first. That's why the U.S. Marshals came and picked him up. Because the mama went to the police first. But she thought she was going to lock. She was trying to save her sons, locking their ass up. Didn't know that just got her sons killed. So, man, the streets is a dirty game when you dealing with weirdos like Brice Rhodes, man. Hey, he tricked some kids out of their position. And that's why he gonna get the death penalty. I don't know, Kentucky, state of Kentucky, I don't know if they got death penalty, but 9 times out of 10, these light-skinned niggas is a product of slavery, and they got that yellow nigga blood. And if you watch if you read books, you read Stand at the Scratch Line, you know what them light-skinned niggas doing. They be tricking you off. Everyday people, man, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll holler at you later. Peace.